as if he were tilting his head further, analyzing my fear. My breath hitched. Then he lunged. I barely dodged.
What the fuck? Yo! Who the fuck is Superman? What the fuck is this, bitch?
My
What's good, your boy? Like your boys back like a banner bang subdivisions. We have no welcome back to one old book scare fight. Don't forget your snack, don't forget your drinks. Today we're about to react to 3 true Alone at Night horror stories animated by one and only MRS Scary Shows. The original video is gonna be in the description. We're gonna go check it out. I'm about to get straight into it, your boy. Don't forget your snack, don't forget your drinks. Let's get it. Story 1.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but
Whoa.
come on. I was craving some nachos and a Dr. Pepper, and the
Nachos?
gas station was barely a mile away. My dad's lecture about not driving alone at night? yeah. It's dangerous, Kayla. You're 17, not invincible.
Damn.
Blah, blah, blah.
17? But you can drive at 17? Wait, you can whip at 17? I didn't know that. I thought it was 18. I'm 20, and I can whip. That's different because I'm grown, but like, I didn't know that you can whip at 17. I thought somebody needs to be like next to you, like that got like a license, like a driving license. He got a driving license, he knows how to drive. One person need to be next to you because you by yourself when you're 17, you cannot drive by yourself when you're 17. That's what I thought. I'm wrong?
Grabbed my keys and snuck out, the thrill of rebellion buzzing through me as I backed out of the driveway. The road was quiet, swallowed in darkness, except for my headlights carving a path through the trees. The gas station was a 5-minute trip, tops.
Oh.
I'd be back before he even rolled over in his bed. Or so I thought.
Easy.
The snack run went fine. No creepy...
Oh my, they got ladder snacks. What kind of gas, bro? Game gas stations. Yo. Now, not every gas station is good, so that's why you gotta look at the stars, look at the ratings. You feel me? Like anywhere you go, you gotta look at that shit.
Cashier, no weirdos lurking in the aisles, just me, my junk food,
Dang,
and the hum of fluorescent lights.
Ooh.
But the moment I turned onto the road home, something felt off. The night was too still, the kind of silence that wasn't really silence, more like something holding its breath. Then, bang! My car jerked sideways, tires screeching. My hands clawed the wheel as I fought to steady it, heart hammering in my chest. I coasted to the shoulder and threw it in park, panting. A flat tire? Seriously?
It's
now?
over.
I grabbed my phone, but, of course, no signal. The woods loomed on either side of the road, thick and endless. I could turn back to the gas station, but that meant walking alone in the dark. Or I could sit here, waiting for some serial killer to knock on my window. Screw that. I pocketed my phone and stepped out, the night air thick against my skin. The crunch of gravel under my sneakers sounded way too loud.
Bro, I'm driving the car. I don't care if it's a flat tire or not. If that shit keep going, I know it's a flat tire. Car cannot go if there's a flat tire. But like, it's only like one flat tire. I'm pushing that shit. Yeah, I'm putting on that bitch on drive, and I'm pushing that shit. Not gonna lie, I'm not walking by myself in the woods at night. That's stupid.
I told myself I'd be fine. It was just a mile or so. I'd jog if I had to.
Bro, you run.
Stretched out before me, swallowed by shadows. Each step
I'll
felt
be
heavier,
sprinting
like the darkness was pressing down on me. The only sound was my own breathing and the occasional rustle from the trees, possibly just a raccoon or a deer. Then I heard it. Footsteps. At first, I thought it was a...
As soon as I hear a footstep, I'm just saying like what I will do in the situation. Like, I know you, bro. Like, I'm being serious. But if I'm at night, and I told my homie, bro, I'm gonna go to like 7-Eleven, or I wanna go to this place, get some food, and come back. And I don't got a car, but I know it's like 5 minutes, 2 minutes away. So I can walk. I'm not walking, dog. It's nighttime. Okay, babe. What I'm doing, I'm sprinting all the goddamn way, boy. I'm being serious. Yeah, I'm sprinting. No, motherfucker. I sprinted. I grabbed my shit, paid for my shit, put that in a bag, tie the bag up, grab the bag, and I sprinted back. Simple as that, bro. I'm being serious. I ain't walking, bro. At night, I'm not walking. I'm sprinting on that bitch. Now I always be sprinting. Fuck. Sometimes walking, but I'm being serious.
Imagining
When
it.
you got nothing on you, you got no knife, you don't got no gun, you got no self-protection, taser, you don't got a pepper spray. When you walking by yourself at night, girl, you about to get snatched up. They're about to do some strange and ask for a piece of change. I hope not.
I stopped. So did they. A chill crawled up my spine.
I'm
I
sprinting.
swallowed hard
I'm
and
not-
picked up my pace. The footsteps matched mine. Quicker now.
But now,
Closer.
I'm not lying.
I spun
I'm being serious. Now, like when I'm got like older, I'm really bad at running a little bit. I'm good at running, but not that good. I'm not that like, you know. So like me, I gotta stand up and square up. But I'm being serious. She need to run,
nothing. Just the empty road
Just run.
and the whispering trees. My
man.
heart pounded so loud I could feel it in my skull. Nope, 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 nope. I fumbled for my phone, flipping on the flashlight. The
Flash.
beam
You should
cut
do
through the
that
darkness,
in the
shaking
beginning.
in my trembling hand. And that's when I saw it, half hidden in the trees, barely visible, sat a rusty old truck. The driver's side door hung open,
Yeah,
swaying slightly,
when the driver's
like
on
someone had
side.
just stepped out.
Uh-huh.
My stomach turned into knots. Then, near my car, I saw them. A pair of boots. Someone was crouching behind my car, just watching me.
You're not gonna
Every
sprint?
instinct screamed, run. I took off, feet slamming against the pavement, lungs burning. The footsteps behind me exploded into a full sprint.
Oh my
They
gosh,
weren't
that bitch
following
just
me, they were
sprinting.
chasing me.
Oh,
I
heck
didn't dare
no.
look back. The sound of their steps was getting closer, too close. I could hear heavy, uneven
Oh
breathing.
my-
the
that bitch is
unmistakable
faster
sound
than
of
a
someone trying to
bitch.
catch up. My heart jackhammered. The gas station flickered into view, neon lights buzzing like a beacon. Almost there, almost there. My legs screamed, my breath ragged, but I
But
pushed
out that
harder,
extra boost.
reaching something grazed my jacket. A hand. My scream tore through the night as I ran.
Is it the Flash episode? Episode from the Flash? Or from the Injustice 2 Flash episode? Because what kind of shit is
Brace
this?
myself
I
for-
need to play that game. I didn't watch the story of that game, so I do need to play the Injustice 2 story mode. I need to play the Mortal Kombat 11 story mode. So I still need to do that
Adrenaline
shit. I
drowning out the
do.
fire in my muscles. I slammed through the door, gasping for air.
Oh
the
my-
cashier, a tired-looking guy in his 40s, glanced up, startled. You okay?
Heck
I
no.
spun around, chest heaving. The parking lot was empty. No footsteps, no shadowy figure.
Oh
just
my
the quiet
goodness.
hum of the night pressing in against the glass.
Just stay
My
there.
hands were shaking so badly, I nearly dropped my phone. I fumbled to call my dad. This time, I had signal. When the police arrived, they didn't find anyone. But when they checked the woods near my car, they found the truck. Inside, a rope, duct tape, and a hunting knife.
It was
Police
gonna
left,
be
and
over
I
for you,
finally
girl.
felt safe enough to crawl into bed, my body still trembling from the night's horrors. But just as I was about to drift off, my phone buzzed. I grabbed it, expecting a text from my dad checking in. Instead, my screen lit up with a single message from an unknown number. You run fast, but next time, I'll be faster. I never drive alone at night again.
Now, lie, bro.
I should have.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like criminals, they train their ass off to do the things they do. You feel what I'm saying? So you need to train so you can take yourself at those situations.
Take
That's
a
crazy.
long
That boy said, I'm gonna get on the treadmill.
way home. I knew
Better
that
stop.
the moment I stepped onto that empty street, my
Oh.
breath fogging in the cold night air. The last bus was long gone, and my shift at the bar had stretched later than usual. It wasn't the
Them
first time I
buses,
walked
bro.
home alone, but tonight felt off. The air was thick with something I couldn't name, something watching.
You think?
I shook off
Stop.
the paranoia and tugged my jacket closer. It was just the exhaustion talking. The street was quiet.
Are you
only
excited
the
for-
hum of a
okay.
distant car engine breaking the silence. But then, footsteps. Not
Oh my-
mine, someone else's. I stopped, so did they. My stomach clenched. I swallowed hard and picked up the pace. The footsteps matched mine, step for step. I turned my head just slightly, heart hammering. No one was there, but I felt them. I knew I wasn't alone. Fumbling, I yanked out my phone and video called Emma. The ringing stretched unbearably long.
That boy doing
Finally,
zigzags?
she answered, voice thick with sleep.
Sophie? It's late.
It is
What's
late.
wrong? I think someone's following me.
I whispered. Emma was fully awake now.
Where are you?
I glanced around, searching for a street sign. My stomach dropped. The sign was gone. Panic slithered up my spine. I'd walked this
Bro.
route 100
You got iPhone or Android. You can, bro, y'all don't got each other's location on Snapchat, or you don't got each other's phone location to find mine, or you don't got, bro, you can send your location to your friends so easily. It's 1 second. Okay, bro, this is my location. Really quick, pull up. And I'm pulling up right at that second. You feel me? Like, I'm being serious, bro. Like, when you don't know where you at, just look at your map. Open your map up. Your phone do got internet. You feel me? Open your map up. It's gonna show where you are, and they're gonna say the location. Simple as that, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta think like smarter, bro. When they say, yo, bro, yo, pull up, and I send them my location, I just go to the map. If I don't know where I am, I'm in the coffee shop. Okay, I send them the location of the coffee shop. Or I'm just on the street. I don't know where I am. I go to my maps. It shows where I am, bro. It's just simple as that, bro. Come on, girl.
times, but suddenly, nothing looked familiar.
Open your
The
phone.
houses loomed taller, their windows
Your phone got a connection. That's how you connected the code. Your phone got signal. They're just stupid. They're just stupid.
dark and hollow.
You're just
The street
stupid.
stretched longer than it should. My chest tightened.
Is I'm wrong? What?
Sophie?
Emma's
Sophie?
voice wavered. Then her eyes widened.
Sophie?
She
Bitch, what?
whispered, her voice shaking.
Who's behind you?
Oh, here we go again.
My blood ran ice cold.
Girl.
My breath turned shallow. I turned and saw him. A man stood in the middle of the street, perfectly still, too still. A hood covered his face, but something about the way his head was tilted,
Creepy ass
just a little too
bitch.
far, made bile rise in my throat. He wasn't just watching, he was studying me.
He
Then
was-
He moved. He ran straight at me. I screamed and bolted. My legs burned, but I didn't
Oh
stop.
my goodness,
Didn't
bro.
think, just ran. I cut down an alley, heart hammering so hard it hurt. A dead end. No, 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 no.
A dead end.
I whirled around. Silence. He was gone. Panting, I backed against a house, clutching my phone and shaking hands. No signal, no escape.
You had a
sound,
signal a
a
minute
soft
ago.
rustling, not in front of me, above. My breath seized. Slowly, I looked up. He was on the roof, staring down at me, motionless, soundless.
Are you Superman? Are you a ninja? How you got up on the roof?
Just standing there. Terror gripped me.
What the
Every nerve
fuck?
in my body screamed to move, but I was frozen in place.
It happens.
His hood
It
shifted
happens.
slightly, as if he were tilting his head further, analyzing my fear. My breath hitched. Then he lunged. I barely dodged.
What the fuck? Mother, yo. Who the fuck is Superman? What the fuck is this, bitch?
My feet stumbled over the pavement as I bolted for the main road. My heart pounded so violently I thought
What?
it might burst. My vision blurred with panic, but I couldn't stop. I turned a corner, wrong turn.
Stop
another
turning
alley,
corners.
Another dead end.
Stop
A low,
turning corners.
distorted breath like static on a
That
radio
batch-
drifted
what?
behind me. I spun, my back pressed to the brick wall. The man was there.
Oh my God.
Closer. The dim glow of a streetlight cast his silhouette, unnaturally tall, head still angled unnervingly far to the side. My fingers fumbled, dialing 911. No service. Why was there no service? A single step forward from him. then another. I gripped my phone.
You're not
like a
Michael
lifeline,
Myers, dog.
hand shaking so violently I almost dropped it. My legs
You're not
were
him.
bricks. I couldn't run again. He was too close. A voice, deep, distorted. A
What you about to
whisper
say?
that slithered into my ears. You shouldn't have taken the shortcut. My heart nearly stopped. My stomach twisted.
But who takes
violently.
shortcuts?
He
Like,
spoke. A car, headlights cut through the darkness.
that's your
I
girl?
turned my head, my voice catching in my throat. Without hesitation, I threw myself into the road, waving frantically. Brakes screeched. The car skidded to a halt. The driver's door flung open. Sophie? What the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Mr. Dawson, my neighbor. I didn't answer. I yanked
W
open
neighbor.
the door and dove inside.
W
Drive.
neighbor.
Just drive.
I screamed. Mr. Dawson hesitated only a second before slamming his foot on the gas.
That's what I'm talking
The car lurched forward, tires screeching against the pavement. I curled into the seat,
Did the boy just put his foot on the brake? Maybe to start the car, but he went. What?
trying to steady my breathing. My skin
I
was
got
cold,
questions.
clammy. My heartbeat still pounded like a
Boy.
war drum in my ears.
Stop.
Mr. Dawson glanced at me. What the hell happened? I couldn't answer. My throat felt raw, my mind still spinning. My fingers gripped the fabric of my jeans like it was the only thing keeping me tethered to reality. But then, as we passed under a street lamp, my stomach dropped. A shadow, standing
This
at the edge
bitch
of the
thinks
woods,
it's Michael.
still watching.
Stop.
And then, he smiled. I squeezed my eyes shut. I never walked alone at night, ever again.
Hey, walk with your dogs.
As an entrepreneur, my days were
Oh.
often chaotic and nonstop.
Okay.
By the time I locked up my laptop each evening, my brain felt like it had run a marathon.
Marathon, for
The
sure.
one thing I valued more than anything was my quiet nights at home.
Oh my god,
My
it'd be
place in
good.
Phoenix wasn't extravagant, but it was mine. A two-story house in a suburban neighborhood that felt secure and
Oh yeah.
predictable.
Oh yeah.
Until that October night, I had no reason to question that. It was a Thursday.
That will feel good.
Kind of
Suburban.
sink into the
Bad.
couch, finally letting the silence wash over you. I'd finished a long day filled with client meetings and emails. and I
Okay.
was looking forward to nothing more than binge watching my favorite show with a glass of wine.
Hell yeah.
The
I
house
know about the
was
wine.
The kind of stillness you only appreciate when you're truly alone.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize how fragile that peace was. At around midnight, just as I was considering heading upstairs to bed, my phone buzzed. It wasn't a call or text, but a notification from my home security app.
Oh.
Backdoor alarm triggered.
I'm not
Thought was that it had to be a false alarm. These systems were notoriously finicky, and it wasn't the first time it had gone off for no apparent reason.
Oh.
I opened the app, saw the alert, and without much thought,
Oh, it's
deactivated
alert.
the
It
alarm.
didn't open.
Probably a bird or something, I muttered, convincing
Bird.
myself it was nothing. I climbed into bed, the sound of the air conditioner lulling me into a light doze. But then I heard a muffled thud. My eyes snapped open. At first,
Get
I
a
thought it
strap.
might have been the wind knocking something over outside. Phoenix wasn't known for wild storms, but gusts weren't uncommon this time of year.
Call the cops.
Holding my breath, I focused hard to listen beyond the sound of the AC. Then came another sound. This one wasn't vague or easy to dismiss. It was like the scrape of something heavy being dragged across the wooden floor downstairs. My chest tightened as a dozen rational explanations ran through my head, each one less convincing than the last. I slid out of bed and quietly locked the door to my bedroom.
Nice.
My mind raced through what to do next.
Call the
I'd
cops.
taken precautions. Every door and window had sensors. My phone was connected to the security system, and I even kept a firearm in the bedside drawer. But none of that felt particularly comforting now. The idea of someone being in the house felt like a violation I wasn't prepared for. Another
Call the
noise,
cops and
this time sharper, like a chair being knocked over. I grabbed my phone and
There we
dialed
go.
911.
yeah.
I whispered my address to the dispatcher and explained what I'd heard. They assured me officers were on their way. I
Yeah.
added, please tell them not to use lights or sirens. If someone's inside, they'll hear it.
Ooh.
The dispatcher's calm tone was both reassuring and surreal. She stayed on the line as I retrieved the gun from the drawer
Okay, just
and
aim it at the
positioned
door.
myself in the furthest
Yup.
corner of the room. The phone balanced on my knee.
Come on.
Every second felt like an hour.
Yep.
The creaks and groans of the house had taken on a sinister edge, as if the walls themselves were conspiring against me. I heard faint footsteps on the stairs. My grip on the gun tightened as adrenaline surged through my veins. Whoever it was wasn't rushing, they were taking their time. I could barely breathe as I listened, my mind conjuring images of who could be on the other side of the door.
Your
Was
mama.
it one person? More? Suddenly the footsteps stopped. Silence. The kind of silence that's louder than any noise. Then a quiet knock on the bedroom door. Not forceful, just a soft knock. My hand trembled as I aimed the gun at the door, willing myself not to panic. The dispatcher's voice was still in my ear, steady and grounding. "Officers are almost there," she said. A minute later, I heard movement outside. The sound of car doors opening and closing, followed by muffled voices. The police were here. Relief flooded me. There was a commotion downstairs. Shouts, the sound of something heavy hitting the floor, and then silence again. Finally, a voice called out, "Phoenix PD, it's safe to come out." I opened the door
W
cautiously,
cops. Nice
gun
job.
still in hand, and stepped into the hall.
Don't do that. Don't no. When I say ASPD officers here, put the gun down. Put the gun down. They're gonna shoot you. Yeah. Put the gun down, bro. Put the gun down, bro.
An officer met me at the top of the stairs, his expression serious but calm.
Yeah.
"We've got them."
Good job. Yeah. Thanks.
Two men.
Two
They were
men.
downstairs when we came in. My knees nearly buckled as I followed him to the living room. Two men sat handcuffed on the floor, their faces grim. One of the officers explained that they'd entered through the back door, which they'd managed to unlock somehow. They said they thought no one was home because there wasn't a car in the driveway, the officer added. Then it hit me. I'd lent my car to my brother earlier that week while his was in the shop. To these men, an empty driveway meant an empty house. The police searched the house and found a crowbar and zip ties in the men's bag. One officer pulled me aside and said, "You did everything right, locking yourself in the room, calling us.
Yep.
That probably saved you tonight."
I do the same shit. Yeah. Where's the next one? Hope you enjoyed some peace.